Hello everybody, welcome back to Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. My name is Melody Siren and today we are going to be doing the extras, what is it called? Just the extras, Jeanne's Tale. Um, in order to get Jeanne's Tale, you need to beat the game. I believe that is the only requirement, and I believe the story's creators is just the credit sequence at the end of the game. So let's go ahead and start up Jeanne's Tale. In Jeanne's Tale, the game will save automatically at certain points. Please note the manual saving is not available. Okay.
We have heard the tale of an unlikely friendship between a young witch and a lost demon. But there is a secret chapter hidden in its pages that remains untold. This is a story of two young witches who are joined by a powerful bond. From this time forth, it must forever remain a secret, never to be repeated.
Am I back in the forest? Huh? Cheshire? Where are you, Cheshire? Where am I? Cheshire? Cheshire, where are you?
Trapped within a strange void, Cereza had been petrified by a mysterious force. And as for Cheshire, he was nowhere to be seen. Could this too have been the work of the fairies?
My thanks. The fairies' power resonated through your memories to guide me here. I'm surprised that one so young was able to resist my power, but I should have, if only known.
Cereza! Oh no. I figured she could handle that forest without my help. But this power is unlike anything I've ever felt before. It goes against all Umbran teachings. But I have no choice.
For years, this young girl had protected Cereza, always being sure to watch over her from afar. Her name was Jeanne, and she too was an Umbra witch, just beginning her training. Unlike Cereza, Jeanne lived in the Umbra witch village. Though forbidden, she often snuck out to meet her rival. The two never missed a chance to compare strength. Jeanne had been warned about the risks of soul projection. But that stayed her hand nary a moment. For she aspired to surpass Cereza and become the strongest of all the Umbra witches, a goal that allowed no room for cowardice.
I swear, that girl likes to keep me busy.
Jeanne's technique split her soul from her body. She flew towards Avalon Forest.
I'm sure of it now. Something is afoot in this forest. And it's not just the fairies. Cereza, where are you?
Jeanne had successfully arrived in Avalon. The forest air was tinged with a vile presence.
Alright.
So this is the infamous fairy forest.
So she doesn't have a
There's
demon that we can
something else
summon right away.
I'm sure of it.
But I'm sure we can use her abilities to, like normal. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Those you can break with a demon, but she doesn't have, like I said, she doesn't have a demon at the ready. I imagine she's able to conjure a demon, it's just the game hasn't, like, introduced us to that ability of hers.
The Elder would really give me an earful if she knew I was here. Whatever. I'm used to her lectures.
Also, Jeanne's health is so low compared to Cereza's at the end of the game.
Cereza.
So I guess that kind of shows that Cereza is currently stronger than her. That is a Terminanog.
What is that?
That's Cheshire.
As Jeanne proceeded through the woods, she noticed something peculiar.
Is that Cereza's stuffed cat? She must be in trouble. I knew it! As I thought, this is no fairy magic.
Who are you? Cheshire's voice alarmed Jeanne.
Who's there? Show yourself!
Don't play dumb. You trapped me in here, didn't you? Cheshire said as he struggled to break free. But it took all his strength just to keep from being swallowed. He could barely move an inch.
You're a demon? What are you doing there? Where's Cereza?
Cereza? How do you know the girl? Eyes narrowed. Cheshire studied Jeanne with new interest.
I'm an Umbra witch. Apprentice. Jeanne, I've come to save Cereza. What have you done with her? Get out here and explain yourself.
Oh, like I know where that brat is. Cheshire said, trying unsuccessfully to hide the desperation in his voice.
Wait, a demon? Here? Did Cereza summon you?
Jeanne knew Cereza well. Seeing the demon-possessed stuffed cat, she instantly grasped the situation. She thought for a moment, then had a truly devilish idea.
I've a proposition for you, demon. I'll get you unstuck. But in return, you help me find Cereza.
Find Cereza? The demon eyed Jeanne suspiciously.
That's the deal. If you say you'll help me, I'll move you to a body in a less precarious position. I have just the thing.
Jeanne produced a stuffed animal of her own. A handsome red stuffed cat. Compared to Cheshire's tattered felt, its velvet fur had a rich sheen. Nevertheless... Like I trust a human. You're all the same. You won't trick me. Cheshire barked at Jeanne.
Fine by me. Best of luck then.
Jeanne turned her back on the prideful demon and prepared to set off on her own. Wait! Cheshire yelled, unable to conceal his distress. And with good reason. In a moment he would be sucked into that void for good. All right, let me into that blasted cat. But if this is a trick, your lunch. The demon reluctantly agreed to Jeanne's plan.
Very well, demon. Now, into the vessel you go! To think this would come in handy here. Demon, speak your name.
I don't have one. The demon showed his gratitude the only way he knew how. An angry roar.
I see. Then I shall call you Charles.
Charles? Perhaps the demon had grown more attached to the name Cheshire than he cared to admit.
What's the fuss? Any name will do, right? Off we go now, Charles. We've no time to waste.
So, my only question at this point, I understand the singularity. The singularity travels through dimensions, and really those dimensions can have whatever time they want, so it makes sense that he's back in this timeline. What's kind of confusing, though, is I don't know at what part of Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon, I don't know at what point this is even happening. I don't know if it's after the main story or if it's like somewhere in the middle. But Cereza didn't have Cheshire after she left the forest, so I'm really not sure where this is coming into play. But this looks like Thornbind is just like normal, just like Cereza's Thornbind, so that should be easy enough to do.
That was sooner than expected. I've held up my end of the bargain. Now earn your keep.
Cheshire was not fond of his new name, but now was not the time. Any protest would have
It just
to
looks
wait.
like her Thornbind is maybe bigger.
Thus began Jeanne and Cheshire.
Jeanne
and
Charles.
Search for Cereza.
What we get? Whoa, a full heart piece. Okay. Okay, we don't get travel wisdom yet. I really like that art, is really cute. So Cheshire already has all of his abilities. As well as that, it looks like he had the ability to use like his special attacks too. So it looks like Cheshire is just like comes as leveled up as he was in our previous playthrough. All right, let's go ahead and walk through this illusion. Turnanog.
Charles, was that you just now?
Am I missing story by going through this? Why would they have the story the story going on, giving me enough time to get to the Turnanog? I also wonder how many Turnanogs are available in this
What is this place? The fairy stench is overwhelming.
in this game mode.
Yes, this place is always crawling with them. Perfect for a quick snack. The demon had learned a few things on his journey, so he took this opportunity to show off.
So yeah, this is definitely supposed to be after the story. It didn't make sense though because Cereza's hair returned to how it was before the story was over, and she didn't have Cheshire at the end of the story, so it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. So yeah, so this is the difference with her, Thornbind is the fact that it doesn't lock on to targets.
Yes, that's okay.
At least that's the major difference from what I've seen. Also, I think Cheshire's abilities are now on hold and not tap. So let's see if we can change that back. Game settings. Not autoplay. Where's the hold and tap? Here we go. Hold instead of hold and release, we just want tap. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. There's another heart. Just throwing hearts at me.
You know that little crybaby. Charles eyed Jeanne suspiciously as he spoke.
Crybaby? Oh, you mean Cereza. She may blubber from time to time, but look past the tears and you'll find a truly spectacular power. Cereza and I have a duty to become stronger. We must protect the legacy of the Umbra.
Ugh, this is so slow. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Well, I wanted to check over here. Chesh, don't die, okay? Okay, you're fine. Yeah. There we go. Turn into that mode. And pull me in. There we go. I've been to this area before as Cereza. But these weren't the same enemies that were here before. There used to be one small one and one big one. Like this, one small one and one big one. Oh my god. Jesus, that guy had so much health for no reason. At least, and pretty much all the armored people give you the opportunity to do Thorn Vice. That's just basically the better version of Thorn Bind. Are we really gonna get another heart canister? And the answer to that is yes. I guess the game kind of read my mind because literally as soon as we became Jeanne, I was like, she barely has any hearts. That must mean she's weaker than Cereza. And now they're like, no, it's fine. We'll just make her just as strong as Cereza.
That said, well, I'm not surprised you summoned a demon into a stuffed cat. And I dare say, you seem to like it.
Like it? I'm counting down the seconds till she gets me back to Inferno.
Jeanne thought that Charles's felt cheeks looked more red than usual.
Cereza. She's close by, I can feel it. But where?
Charles heard Jeanne, but said nothing. Deep down, worry weighed heavy on his heart. He let out a sigh.
I've been over here with Cereza before, so I know the correct way to go. Last time there wasn't a Turnanog over here, I don't think so. Maybe there was and I'm going crazy. I just don't remember. Wrong way. There we go.
Go any farther, and you will regret it.
Shut up, Singularity. I know it's you.
Who's there?
It's the Singularity. You'll understand when you're older, Jeanne. Sorry, I'm not really providing a riveting commentary here because this battle. I'm trying to focus on the battle at hand. Which I don't even know why I'm focusing so hard when we barely lost any health. I could be a little bit more laid back, a little more focused on the commentary aspect. But I mean, so far these have been pretty easy. I'm imagining there's going to be probably a pretty serious boss battle at the end of it. So, like at the end of this extra game mode. But we'll have to wait and see. We're just doing kind of turn-and-og after turn-and-og here. And I'm pretty sure they're mandatory. Ugh. There we go. Alright. We've been going for about 30 minutes so far. I don't know how long this game mode is. My guess was about 45 minutes to an hour, but for all I know it could be 3 hours or more. Okay, well that... Oh, it let me hear.
I'll take no joy in watching you die. Once was enough.
There we go. So proof that the Singularity has already seen Jeanne die before.
Where is she?
Jeanne's voice echoed through the still forest. Whatever lay ahead would change her fate forever. Jeanne could not shake this feeling. An inexplicable fear began to swell inside her.
I will say I really do like Jeanne's. I prefer Jeanne's Thornbind. Probably just because it's objectively better, but I can't help but miss the one that I've been playing the whole game with so far. Just because that's the one I'm most used to. Can't do damage to Fire Charles using fire. Another piece of heart. Oh, what? I also love that heart noise because it sounds straight out of Kirby. Oh hey, this is at the very start of the game.
The crack's here. I can feel Cereza from the other side.
What?
The demon's eyes
I'll go
grew
this way.
wide. What lay waiting on the other side? Had they finally found Cereza?
Also, something to note is that Cheshire claimed that Cereza had not yet sent him back to Inferno. So that confirms that this is before the very end of the story, along with Cereza's hair not being the same. But still not 100% sure where this is in the story. What is happening? I'm walking through it. There we go. This may be the last... Like, she was like, oh, there's a crack here. And that Cereza's on the other side. So this is already potentially the end of it. And we are now on the singularity platform, similar to the end of Bayonetta 3.
Cereza? It's faint, but I can sense her magic. And she's not alone.
Something put Jeanne's nerves on edge. This presence belonged to no fairy.
Look! Over there!
Charles had spotted something. Jeanne followed Charles' gaze. She could see a small figure floating in the distance. It was Cereza. She was unnaturally still, frozen by some unknown power. Jeanne looked at Cereza's face. It was as pale as ice. So close. Whoever was behind this was determined to keep the girls apart. Charles bared his fangs and began to growl. The source of Jeanne's unease appeared before them now. He was suspended in the air, like a fell spectre. Fixed by his gaze, neither dared to so much as breathe.
You're the one who was speaking to me before. Who are you?
So we meet again, my brave friend. Or perhaps introductions are in order. Yes, you may call me he who affirms all phenomena.
My, that's quite a mouthful. You're worse than No Name over there. No matter. Anyone crossing the Umbra will pay!
Eve Origins. To think that her continued defiance would bring me to this place. A slight miscalculation, but she will be mine soon nonetheless. And then I will affirm my word.
As he spoke, the spectre's eyes grew crazed. They smoldered with a dark energy. But Jeanne and Charles did not back down.
What absolute poppycock! I won't let you lay a finger on my Umbran sister. Return, Cereza, or prepare to feel the wrath of the Umbra!
Now is the time for all to be affirmed.
Okay, boss fight. Possibly the end of this, Also, I don't know if when he's saying Archive Origin, if he means like the Cereza in this world or the Cereza from Bayonetta 3, because he's potentially admitting that they are the same. Also, I don't think this is working, but I'll just check. Yeah, it is not working. Come back, Chesh. Ow.
Incredibly, you managed to cram a demon in there.
You're just getting that now? I thought you've been following us around. Oh my god, he's sending bosses after us.
The spectre opened a scroll and called forth a fairy from thin air. Using the magic of the fairy realm, this technique gave shape to the pain inside Cereza's heart.
Come on. Do I actually have to fight this one? The other ones just rolled off the edge, so I didn't think I actually had to fight this one.
Using Cereza's pain? What a cowardly trick!
Really? That's all it let me do?
What's the matter? Don't tell me you're giving up already.
He probably tastes horrible. I better swallow him in one gulp.
The demon was already licking his chops. But the spectre was unfazed. As he got to his feet, a faint smile crossed his lips.
You still don't understand, do you, Jeanne? What will happen if you oppose me?
How do you know my name?
I will show you, Jeanne. Give you a glimpse at what will happen. Continue along your current path.
Jeanne and Charles found they were unable to move. The spectre had them in his spell. A moment later, a torrent of horrible visions began to flood into Jeanne's mind. It was a vision of Jeanne as a grown woman, dealt a fatal blow by an unknown assailant.
Stop these stupid tricks! I'll rip you apart!
Charles tried with all his might, but he could not move.
Jeanne, I have shown you a vision of things to come. If you do not distance yourself from it, that future will certainly find you. But this fate is not yet determined. Leave now, and it may yet be avoided.
The spectre rose once again. Suspended mid-air, he looked down on them with his piercing gaze. He slowly turned to face Cereza.
Eve Origin, you cannot resist much longer. Soon you will give me that which I desire. Then, finally, phenomenal affirmation will be realized.
I told you. You won't lay a finger on my unbred sister!
Jeanne stood tall in defiance.
Perhaps I was too soft. Witness your cruel fate once more. You too.
That pipsqueak made a promise to me she has yet to fulfill. You can't have her!
The beast gave a fierce roar.
Jeanne, you have seen what awaits you, yet still you would face me.
I won't run away. I am going to be the strongest witch of all!
You know what awaits, yet still...
Sorry, Jeanne, but that is not true. Bayonetta will always be ahead of you. Ow. Ignore the fact that I'm dying, by the way. I mean, I'm going try-hard mode, so if my commentary starts to get lackluster, not that it was more than that, but if it gets even more lackluster, that would be why, because I have lost quite a bit of health, and I don't want to lose this boss fight, even though I have less than 2.5 health, and the boss is only at half health. Okay, this is the next phase, maybe? This is the next phase, he just went off the screen. Okay, so now we have an angel. Okay, right now all we have to do is dodge. And this one we actually have to hit. There we go.
Stop playing with her memories, you monster!
Come back, Chesh. No, I'm not just dodging, I actually have to fight these. No, I am just dodging, it's fine. Ugh. I'm dying. I'm so close to death. Thank goodness he's focusing his attacks on Cheshire. It makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, please keep doing that. Also, send me another boss that I can throw at you. It's the Jabberwock. I'm dead. I'm dead. Chesh, come back. Chesh, come back. All the way back, please. Oh my god, Chesh, we're dead. I lied, Chesh. We got this. We had it for all along.
Your tricks won't work anymore. Come on!
First try.
Perhaps I was not clear. I will achieve phenomenal affirmation. The two of you altering that is a statistical impossibility.
The spectre's right hand began to glow with an icy glimmer.
Stop!
Yes, that is what you humans say in the face of defeat. And when those pleas go unanswered, that is when you witness true despair.
No! No! Let go of him!
Charles screamed out in agony. The spectral flames were slowly eating through his body, tearing him apart.
After I'm finished with him, you're next. I tried to warn you not to get involved. It's a pity you would not listen.
Open your eyes, you fool!
Impossible. Arch-Eve Origin is under my spell. She will not wake again. Ever.
Cereza! Did you forget our promise? We swore to become stronger, together! Keep your promise, if you've any pride as an Umbra witch. Now's the time to prove it!
The room was flooded with a light as bright as the sun. For a moment, everything around them seemed to dissolve in the radiant glow.
What is happening? Could she have awakened?
The spectre's blood-curdling scream seemed to shatter the air itself.
This is unfathomable. Jeanne, you have made your choice. That fate is now immutable.
I will not fear my fate. Whatever may come, I will stand and face it!
His power extinguished, the spectre's body flickered, then faded away. As if in response, cracks and fissures burst all around them, and the world began to crumble.
It's all falling apart. Was this all just his illusion? Cereza!
The color had begun to return to Cereza's cheeks. She was not yet awake, but from the faint smile on her face, she appeared to be having a pleasant dream.
I think she'll be all right. They will be able to return to the forest. And it looks like my time is almost up.
Jeanne's body had grown faint. Her technique had reached its limit. Her traveling soul yearned to return to her body.
Well, Charles, which will it be?
Which? What do you mean, which?
Charles returned with a puzzled look.
I'm asking, will you go back to that tattered doll? Or shall I send you home to Inferno?
Charles blinked incredulously. Home to Inferno? This was something unexpected. Did Jeanne have such a power? For a moment, Charles simply stared at Jeanne, saying nothing. Finally, he spoke.
You think I'd trust you with that? Just keep it simple and put me back where you found me.
I see. Have it your way. But come on, you must like that body. better than the lump of scraps Cereza drags around.
I hate them both the same.
Charles grumbled in his usual irritated manner.
Besides, you're too rough for my taste. At least the pipsqueak gives me a break once in a while.
That's so.
Seeing through his act, Jeanne smiled at the flustered demon. She used her Umbran arts to grant his wish and returned him to his former body.
Cheshire, there you are. I'm gone for a minute, and you get yourself lost again.
With a peaceful expression on her face, she gave Cheshire a big squeeze. Cheshire sighed and furrowed his brow, but somewhere deep down, he was relieved.
Farewell, Charles! No, Cheshire! And don't you dare tell Cereza what happened here. I mean it!
I don't take orders from humans. But you saved me back there. I suppose I can make an exception this once.
Cheshire added softly.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear I was talking to a human. Take care of my friend, Furball. Whatever lies ahead, I'll be ready. I'm going to be the strongest witch of all.
Thus concludes the adventure of Jeanne and Charles. We have seen how Cereza and Cheshire's journey went from here. But what of Jeanne? What happened to her after learning of her fate? It may not be possible to change one's destiny. However, Jeanne's indomitable spirit and steadfast resolve will surely guide her down a true path. Let us wish her success in her journey and put this chapter away in a safe place. Forevermore, this story will remain our little secret.
Awesome. So now we got a new. We received Eve Origin and Jeanne and Charles costumes. So Eve Origin is a costume for Bayonetta. We can now actually become Jeanne. I don't know if we can use her ability the same way, like her Thornbind, but it'd be interesting to test out. And then Charles, I would assume, is now we can dress up as Charles instead of dressing up as Cheshire. So Charles is going to be the biggest change in costume, so I think I'll probably go with that. I'm not sure what Eve Origin looks like, but you'll probably see it a little ways into my my time trial series of the Turnanog. Unless this jumps me right into the game, and I'll check it out. Actually, let's hop in. Let's take a look at it. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So let's go into a witch A witch is born this night, which is actually my completed save file. Okay, so then we can go to here, costumes. Yes, costumes. Alright, so there's currently 2 that we're missing. Perform well in time trials is what we're working on right now. And then this one, which is finish the Forbidden Tale and ... which I believe you get for... I'm going to switch to this, by the way. Which I believe you get for beating the game on hard mode, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. So let's switch to Jeanne and see if we use her ability the same way. We do. It's huge. Look at the radius on that. It's ginormous. We're not going to use that though. Let's switch back. Oh, we didn't check out Archive Origin. Where is it? There it is.
Cool.
Oh, this is her from Bayonetta 3. Yeah, this is an outfit of that she wears in Bayonetta 3. What I've been using is the right eye. Let's see which one we like better.
Yes.
It is pretty close.
Cool.
I think we'll stick with Archive Origin. All right. Again, thank you guys for joining. I hope to see you in my future upcoming videos. Currently, I'm working on doing all of the time trials with a platinum time, so feel free to check that out. I'm also probably just going to do essentially a speed run of the hard mode after I confirm that is how I get the final costume, because once I do that, I believe I'll be 100% at the game. Alright, again, one more time, thank you guys for joining, and I hope that you join me in the future. Have a good day or night, whatever time zone you're in, and again, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.